Hello everybody, in this video I'm going to be doing a quick portfolio update, and I'm not going to be showing my entire portfolio of around 20 stocks, but just a few that I'm adding in my position to, and different stocks that I want to talk about. So as you can see here, I've been investing for over a year, about 14 or 15 months now, and I'm up in the last year about 32%. But a lot of that for really the first 6 months on this chart was very slow increase, and that's just because I was only investing with about $2,000 at the time, and I've slowly been adding to my portfolio. And then in that dip after the slow increase for the first 6 months, there was a 26% decrease. And then now after the market has recovered, I'm back up to above 32%. Here are some of my top positions. I've got Tesla, which I have 4 shares of, which I'll talk about here more in just a second. I've also got Google, just 1 share of, which I picked up at around a little less than $1,500, and that's a really long hold for me. MasterCard, I see them growing as faster than Visa, and as long as consumer spending continues to increase, I think it's a really safe bet on MasterCard continuing to increase for the foreseeable future. And lastly, Microsoft, which is my favorite of the really massive stocks out there by market cap, which would be, Amazon, Google, Microsoft, and Apple. So here is my position in Tesla. It is currently about 44% of my portfolio. My average cost is way higher than I would like it at about $1,100. So I bought my first 2 shares at around $600 to $650, and then my second 2 shares at around $1,500. And I actually originally bought into Tesla at $242. And if you don't believe me, you can go check it out. It's in one of my stash portfolio videos if you want to go and see that. So definitely wish that I had bought those shares earlier, but I'm still happy with my position and absolutely very happy with my total return. And I do see Tesla even being more successful after the stock split. Maybe not in the week or 2 following, but definitely a longer term great thing for Tesla. And I even could see them doing another stock split in a year or 2. And then here's just a few more stocks that I did want to talk about. The plus sign next to the shares does mean I have a limit price set for those. I think my limit price on Uber is currently $29, which I just missed out on a few days ago. But Uber, I see being a huge part of transportation as long as Tesla's robo-taxis don't take over, which I'd be perfectly happy with, 10 years out or more. And then Take-Two Interactive, I've made a couple of videos about them. One of the biggest and best video game companies out there, really innovative, and has some of the most successful and growing franchises. And Activision, kind of similar, they are really getting into mobile gaming with their Call of Duty franchise, which is doing really, really well and growing. So I'm adding just another share there, and I believe a couple of shares of Take-Two Interactive. And then here's just a few more stocks that I did want to talk about. The second one down is Airbus, and I do not think Airbus is talked about nearly as much as that should be. They are in the exact same space as Boeing, and they even have a little bit more going on with all that they do with helicopters, and they have a wider audience, I would say, even though here in the US, Boeing does have a ton of customers with a lot of different airlines. But with all the Airbus is doing with aerospace, as well as different governments with selling their military helicopters, I think there's still a ton more growth there, and they're going to be able to recover even better than Boeing is. And I do have a couple of shares of Boeing. I don't know if I show it in this video. And then also I did want to show Carnival and Royal Caribbean. A lot of people are saying they're extremely bearish on these 2 stocks and think that cruise lines aren't going to be able to recover for many years. I do not agree. I think things should be back to normal or normal-ish, kind of the new normal within a year, and these stocks should be able to fully rebound and then continue to grow even beyond what they previously were, and they also pay out a pretty handsome dividend. And then here's just some of the last ones I wanted to talk about. Here you can see Boeing. I think my position on here, I have an average cost of $101, I believe, so already seeing a pretty great gain on here. I actually was even able to buy it when it was dipped all the way down to $91, and I think it only got down to $90, so bought it at a really good price for 1 or 2 of my shares. And then we've got Jets. I would not feel comfortable buying any individual airline, so Spirit and American are 2 of the airlines that are the biggest that dipped the most, but I wouldn't want to buy into those just because it's pretty risky right now. But I do feel pretty safe buying into the Jets, which is an airline ETF. And as things continue to get back to normal, more and more people are going to be traveling, which we're already seeing, and the stock will go back up to $30 and then continue to go beyond that. And then we've got moats, which invests in companies with economic moats, particularly pharmaceutical companies. And if you're curious what that is, you may want to look more into it, but just a really basic definition is that the company is protected either by its brand or by its products, or that it has patents that can't easily be competed against. And it's not that it's a monopoly, it's just that it can't easily be directly competed against for various reasons, which is why part of the reason that a lot of pharmaceutical companies are moats, because they make drugs that other companies can't make. And then lastly, we have ARK, which is a new ETF that I've been investing in that invests in innovative companies. And I've bought 4 shares, and I'm actually have a limit price set of $87 for a couple of more shares. And there's stocks like Square, Tesla, and many more in there that I'm a pretty big fan of. Be sure to let me know down below if you have any questions about anything I mentioned in the video, or if you're curious about other positions I have in my portfolio. I make a ton of brief stock analysis videos on my channel, so be sure to come and check that out if you may be interested. Subscribe for more content, and thank you so much for watching.